I know it's been a minute, but I thought October is my favorite month of the year. Why not start doing monthly favorites videos for the month of October? And I know that so many people on YouTube do monthly favorites, but I just want to be clear that my monthly favorites videos are going to be a little bit different or inspired by something a little bit different than the usual ones on YouTube. So my inspiration is truly the fact that I'm very passionate about the fact that our money, or the way we choose to spend our money, counts a lot like a vote. So whatever you choose to spend your money on, that's what you're voting for. Whatever that product is, whatever it stands for, whatever ingredients or materials are used for that product, you are voting for it by purchasing it. And I am a firm believer in this and very passionate about the fact that we have a lot of say into what is produced in the world based on what we're buying. And so it has always been a goal of mine to be very conscious when I'm purchasing things, but also specifically this year I've made it a goal do more research about the products that I'm buying, and specifically to make sure that they are coming from sustainable sources, that these products were made ethically or were at least conscious of what was happening down the supply chain and how people were treated. So with that in mind, all of my monthly favorites videos will specifically be about products that I've chosen to purchase because it stands for something that I would like to give my vote for, because I feel like we need to care much more about our communities, both locally and globally, as well as our environment. And so if even I can influence one person to care a little bit more about our world by being more conscious about what you buy, then my job is done. So let's get started. First, I'm going to start with two beauty products. And the first is something that I use daily. I am in love with it. So it is a facial oil by a company called Herbivore. And they are based in Seattle, Washington in the United States. But thankfully for me, there's a store in Amsterdam here in the Netherlands that carries this product. Why do I love this product? So first, something I always look for in beauty products is that it's cruelty-free. I just don't think there are any more excuses in our world today, 2018, that anything should be tested on animals. There's been so much research done, and there's so many great companies out in the world that make cruelty-free products that are just as good, if not better, than all the other products. So first things first, it is cruelty-free. Absolutely no animals are used whatsoever in any of the ingredients that are in the Herbivore products. Second, it makes your skin feel amazing. So I didn't think to look for facial oils when I think about moisturizing. Usually I always did a cream moisturizer, but at night now, I'm using their facial oils, and I actually really love them. And contradictory to what you might think, they don't make your skin oily. It's water-based, and there are no chemicals, no parabens, no fillers. They're all natural, pure products. So Herbivore, I love it. I chose the Orchid facial oil. It's made for dry skin, which I tend to have. I've also tried their Phoenix, which is more of an anti-aging oil, which I also love, and I really love the smell, but this one I just love even more. And Herbivore, I will be a forever customer. My second beauty product is tea tree oil. I needed tea tree oil because, well, I work in a school with small children, and it is very common that, you know, bugs and critters tend to be shared. And so this month, at the beginning of the month, very kindly, some children decided to share lice with all of the teachers. So I had to go through a very intensive chemical process to get rid of the lice. And then a friend of mine from the US recommended that I try tea tree oil as a preventative measure. And so I went and bought one, but of course as all oils, make sure that it's a pure oil, that there are no other fillers involved, that it's just the oil. And yes, it will be more expensive, but every penny is worth it because you use less as well, and you know it's much more high quality. So tea tree oil is definitely a preventative measure against lice and other things that children share with one another, but it also has many other benefits. Something that happened to me using this chemical product to get rid of the lice is that it had a very negative effect on my hair, on my scalp, and so I did some research and found that also tea tree oil with coconut oil mixed, since it is a pure oil, you want to mix it with something that's a bit more basic, that mixing it up and then using it as a hair treatment. So I rubbed it into my scalp and then let it sit for an hour, and then I washed it out, and it cleared everything up perfectly. I feel so much better. My scalp is better. My hair is back to normal. So thank you. The tea tree oil is definitely a favorite this month. But of course, like I said, tea tree oil has many other benefits. So go research it. It's amazing. This company is Dr. Organic, and it's also a cruelty-free company here in the Netherlands. My next product is a clothing product, and so especially, like I mentioned before, especially with clothing, it has become much more of a spoken issue to talk about fast versus slow fashion, and a lot of resources out there for you to check into this. And I've become very much a fan of slow fashion. I understand that it is the most sustainable way to move forward in the fashion industry because there's so much waste in the fashion industry and just too many chemicals being leached into the environment, and on the human side of things, too many people losing their lives in the most extreme cases because of what we in the Western world want to wear. So I have made it a goal and a life change to only purchase sustainable sourced clothing, as well as knowing that everyone along the supply chain is treated ethically and that they're working in safe conditions. So my first piece of clothing actually comes from a local company. It's a father-daughter team, and they screen print their own tees, and these tees are organic cotton, and their prints are amazing. And so of course, because it's October and it's, like I said, my favorite month, this has become my favorite t-shirt for the month of October. I absolutely love everything pumpkin. I think so many people do, and so this t-shirt just is the best. And the fabric, the t-shirt itself, is already so much better quality. It's super soft, and how cute are all these pumpkins? It's a bit of an off-white color, as you can see. Oh, and I will link everything down below, all of the products that I'm mentioning. I'll link down below and where they come from so that you can check them out yourself. Okay, my second clothing item is something that if you follow me on Instagram or have seen our Faroe Islands video, if not, go watch it two videos back. This jacket is definitely a favorite, not just for October, but basically for the whole year. It's from a company called 2/3. It's pretty lightweight, but it definitely keeps you somewhat warm. If you're wearing a sweater underneath, you are great. Also, why I love this jacket, the color is pretty much one of my favorite colors on the face of the planet. Another reason I really love it is that they have a system in that you pre-order what you are interested in, and so they only make the amount of clothing that is ordered, so that there is no waste, or as little waste as possible. I also love the little details, the little buttons that are here. The zipper is super high quality, and these nice deep pockets on either side. It is not waterproof, although it is quite water resistant, so if there's a little rain, it's okay, but like I said, not waterproof. I think for fall weather, I've been wearing this all the time. The name 2/3 comes from the fact that 2/3 of our world is covered by water. And so this company is based in Spain and Portugal, and also all of their clothing is made in Spain and Portugal. Again, by locals, by people who are treated well and are getting the income they deserve. And a part of the proceeds of every purchase goes back to helping the oceans, keeping the oceans clean, just spreading awareness about the fact that we really need to care a lot about our planet. Okay, my next product, I have to laugh because it's not necessarily the healthiest in a sense, but I'm a fan of the way that they are making this product. So growing up, have always been a fan of Nutella. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It's a chocolate hazelnut spread that was originally made here in Europe, but now, I mean, you can find it all over the world. And I love Nutella so much. It literally just takes me back to my childhood. I remember even my mom would make me a Nutella sandwich once a week while I was in elementary school. And I always was looking forward to that one day a week where I had a Nutella sandwich. Well, in the meantime, Nutella has a great deal of palm oil in it and also uses ingredients that are not coming from sustainable sources. So I had to look everywhere for a different kind of hazelnut or chocolatey spread because I just couldn't give that up, and I happened to find the one. So this is the only spread I could find. It's called Nocciolata. It's the first and the only hazelnut spread and chocolatey spread that does not use palm oil. So thank you, Nocciolata. Also, what I love is that it's lactose free. I don't tolerate lactose very well, so I appreciate that they also made a lactose free version. So thank you, Nocciolata. Saved me. Now I can still have my chocolate hazelnut spread. I probably eat too much anyway, but at least no orangutans are being harmed or losing their homes by me eating this. And my last product is actually a book. And while I'm getting ready in the morning or if I'm on my way to work, Audible is a super amazing app, and I listen to a lot of books on there. And sometimes it surprises me that it's better to listen to them than to read them. This month, the book I've just fallen in love with is called We Crossed a Bridge and It Trembled. It's by Wendy Pearlman, who is actually a political scientist, and I very much appreciate the way that she's written this book because it's about the history of the Syrian revolution and then refugees spreading all over the world because of it. So it's a very emotional book, so just be forewarned, but incredibly touching. And so what I love about Wendy Pearlman's work is that instead of her telling the story, which many researchers do, and they tell it from their perspective, what I like about her is that she lets the voices of Syria speak. So really the whole book is a collection of interviews and of stories spoken by the interviewees, and so you hear firsthand accounts of Syrians and how they're feeling and how they felt throughout the revolution, their side of the story, and the hardships that they've had to endure because of an unfortunate government system. It's them speaking. And so this is another reason I love Audible, is because if I didn't have them to hear the actual people speaking, these actual Syrian refugees speaking, it wouldn't have as much of an impact as if I was reading it in a book. So hearing their voices, wow. So definitely read this book. It's, like I said, incredibly touching and moving. Everyone needs to read it just to gain a better understanding of everything that's been going on, and hopefully have a little bit more compassion about our humanity. So that's it for today. Please leave me a comment down below, or any questions you might have, or anything else you want to see in the future. I hope you really like this favorites video. Have a wonderful rest of your day. See you later. Bye.